but you see I'm doing little things that are playing around.
Oh my gosh, it's so much. It's super informative. I'm super excited though because I feel like I can implement a lot of this in my class.
Glad to have learned Illustrator. I'm glad to be learning it. It's definitely something that I'm excited to go back and show my kids.
I feel that it's extremely important because it's not something that a lot of the kids or even myself, a lot of people my age have, and our kids can not only use in the professional world but even in real life, having their own families, being able to design various little posters for their kids, maybe for sponsorships or even invitations.
So I think it's very important that they know as much softwares as possible when it comes to graphic design. The good thing about both the trainings that we've attended, the Photoshop and now the Illustrator, is that you can kind of go back and forth between the two. So, you know, you can make a logo in Illustrator and then transfer it to Photoshop. And so that's something important that the kids need to know so that if they ever feel overwhelmed in one of the softwares, they always know they can go back to the other software and it can make it much easier for them. Thus making their, you know, when they go to school, when they go to college, their classes much easier. And also when they get a job in graphic design, they find that there's other, you know, avenues out there. Just because I couldn't get into one software doesn't mean I have to quit. I can go find another software and get it there.
Well, one of the things I do want to do, we do have a program that we implemented called Leader of Me. And I feel that the kids can actually get a little more hands-on and make things that the school can have and use school-wide, as in posters and various little projects.
I tell the kids all the time, that's something you're going to have in your back pocket, that if you want to make extra money when you're in college, you know, making graphics for people, making invitations, making logos, things like that, maybe graphic design is not going to be what you want to go into. Maybe you want to go into being a doctor or you want to be a lawyer. But as long as you have this on your resume and you have these tools, you can definitely use it as a side job.
I'm super excited. Overwhelmed, I'm not going to lie, but I am really excited to utilize these types of programs in my classroom so my students have the opportunity to utilize them as well.
For me, sometimes I find it easier to do stuff in Photoshop, but with Illustrator, it's like, oh my God, it's a whole nother world, and I can't wait to show that whole other world to my students.